That's my friend. Kia ora koutou katoa. I'm Nathan Wallace and you're with Papakainga or Home Learning TV. And I'm really proud to introduce my pōtiki. Ko tēnei taku pōtiki, ko Pua Media Eva. Yeah, this is Eva, the baby of the family.
And the favourite.
And the favourite. Yeah, well, now you're doing this, there's a good chance of that. Hea hataka papa mō te rā. Right, what's our topic for today? Our topic for today is learning happens everywhere, which is great news since you're at home. It's trying to undo that idea that learning is something that only happens in a schoolyard when you're, or in a schoolroom when your nose is down. Learning happens, right across everything that children do. So we're going to help to stimulate some of that thinking for you today. We'll look at the old sort of traditional ideas, like what are some old traditional ideas? Board games. You can't go past a good old board game because there's just so much family interaction in that. From a brain point of view, interaction is gold. Interaction is really what your brains evolved for, and it's really what facilitates higher intelligence. So can't go past the good old board games. TikTok, we talked about that and just how coordinated that makes you. Maybe not me, but it encourages coordination. So we'll look at those traditional favourites. I don't want to go past that misconception film competition too. It's amazing what people can do with their video cameras now, and the kids are, just a whole new generation of creativity. So it sparked them up with that one. But we're not just going to look at traditional types of play.
Yeah, so today we're going to look at different ways to stimulate creativity and imagination for teenagers and like parents of teenagers.
Yep. And we'll also explore some new ways, maybe.
Yeah.
Some new ways of playing for this generation. So, first of all, though, let's have a little understanding of exactly what play is. So, from a neuroscience point of view, to me, play is the system that higher mammals have evolved over the last 1 million years to aid the development of higher intelligence. That's what it really is. The more intelligent the mammal is, the more they play. And I'd go so far as to say, the more the mammal's allowed to play, the more intelligent they will be. And we're mammals. Play gets undervalued. The reason play is so significant, even to a teenager's learning, it's not just something you do as a child, is because play really focuses on these things the literature calls dispositions, but they're really the skills you bring as a learner. So I suppose what I want you to understand is it's not what the child's learning so much, but how they're learning. And because it's how they're learning, those are the skills or the dispositions which will drive their learning for the rest of their life. So say, for example, your child spends 4 hours doing a TikTok dance. You would rather they were doing their calculus homework. So you as an adult, up here in your frontal cortex, just think consequences, outcomes. So calculus might actually help them to get a job. TikTok is not going to help them to get a job, probably. Whereas the teenager has access to these parts of the brain, but tends to be focused down here in the social emotional brain, about how things feel, not so much focused on consequences and outcomes. So if we look at it from an emotional point of view, from the emotional brain, where else does your teenager focus their attention for 4 hours? It's not calculus and knowing that particular calculus equation that is going to set them up to do well in the education system, but a child who can persevere for 4 hours, focus their attention and have sustained attention for 4 hours, that is a skill that will set them up to do well throughout the whole education system. Now is your opportunity to look at long-term projects, things that sustain the child's attention, maybe for the whole day, maybe a couple of days. Here's an idea to spark you off from Child Space here in New Zealand. Wow, beautiful. Just think of the creative possibilities. And at the end of the day, if it's a complete disaster, it's like $15 for a ton of paint. Cover it up again. I'm sure you will be unleashing the whānau's creativity, and this is just the start of what we're going to see. Every generation, while celebrating the taonga toko iho and the games passed on to them from previous generations, also have their own play. You know, this generation, the two key words I hear all the time are coding and animation in general, really. So, don't know a lot about coding, but I know the perfect person to talk to about animation. We've got our world famous Weta Studios here in New Zealand, and we've got a line right into the lead animator. So let's talk to Fabiano Petroni. Kia ora, Fabiano.
Hey Nathan, how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for joining us, mate. Really appreciate that. It might be good if you just start off with a little intro. Tell everyone who you are.
Alright, my name is Fabiano, and I'm from Brazil actually, but I've been living in New Zealand for now 21 years.
21 years?
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I work for a place called Weta Digital.
Weta Digital? So they're the ones associated with the movies and stuff? That Weta? The big Weta?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, and what do you do there?
I'm a lead motion department researcher.
Okay.
Basically deal with animation and animation tools.
Right, yeah, that was my understanding. You were the animator. That's certainly
Yes.
you've been that ever since I knew you. So what brought you to New Zealand, Fabiano?
You know what happened?
Yeah.
I was brought to New Zealand to look after your kids.
That's right. And what a fabulous job you did of that, 21 years ago?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep, and here you are now. Lead, technical, whatever. At Weta anyway. So fabulous.
Yeah.
Love a happy story.
Technical director. The short
Okay.
term. Yeah.
So that's why I thought you would be the perfect person to say to people, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Here's the tools that you need. If you've got a passion in animation, because I certainly saw your passion drive your whole career, that you never sort of let any hurdle stop you. You were very focused on animation, so I thought it'd be great.
I was.
Yeah. Drawing. And there'd be many kids out there that are the same, that maybe are thinking, yeah, but I don't have the tools and the resources. So can you share with us maybe some free resources? Where's a good place to start if I want to be an animator?
Well, the good place to start is these.
Okay. High technology there, Fab.
Okay. It's I usually use a 2H pencil
Yeah.
for sketching,
Mm-hmm.
and an HB pencil to finalize the sketch,
Okay.
and the paper, and this one.
Yeah.
Very high-tech stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's how I started, When I was a kid, obviously, we didn't have internet.
Yeah.
We didn't have the resources we have these days.
Yep.
And when it comes to illustration is the basis for animation.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many animators these days don't even know how to draw, to be honest.
Okay.
I love drawing, and now my job is actually more technical, but why those two pencils though? For and foremost, the 2H is a hard pencil, so it enables me to sketch things
Yeah.
and get the structure right.
Mm-hmm.
And the HB just makes me finalize the structure. Now,
So do they not need any technical equipment then? You're sussed with two pencils.
you search of two pencils and a paper in a way. Like
Right.
you can start.
Is that how you made Lord of the Rings?
Huh?
Is that how you made Lord of the Rings?
It's not how you make Lord of the Rings, but that's how he starts to make Lord of the Rings. So,
Okay.
because the person, the very first job that is in a movie is a storyboard artist. And a storyboard artist, all he needs is these.
Yep. Okay.
As a matter of fact, the entire Lord of the Rings storyboard was actually done non-digitally. It was actually on pencil.
Right. Yep. So if they are going to get into the digital stuff though, they've got pen and paper. How can we extend them onto the next stage?
There is a lot of good resources out there. So for starters, we have free software, right? You don't need to spend a whole lot of money to have really good software available.
Right. Any way of spending no money to have really good stuff available?
No money.
Yeah.
We need a computer though.
Yeah. Okay. Let's assume the computers are given. What can they get online and stuff immediately?
It will help to have a Wacom tablet, even the cheapest one, the cheapest tablets, which enables you to use a pen to draw on your computer.
Yep.
I think the cheapest one is around $200.
I'm going to assume here that parents aren't going to run out and all buy a $200 thing, but a lot of the kids
No.
already have those. So is this something that the average kid is going to have?
No, if you can actually just draw it on paper and take a picture of that drawing and keep drawing poses and take a picture, and then you can assemble that picture without having the digital work.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So to do any animation online, you're going to have a screen pen that interacts.
Well,
with
it would help. It would help, but definitely you can do it with pen and paper and a camera.
Okay. I think lots of schools have issued those. So let's bowl ahead, assuming we've got that technology.
All right. So. Given that you have the technology, then there is the expensive way to go about it, and there is the cheap way to go about it. And I'm going to talk about the cheap way to go about it first.
Yep.
There is a software. There is softwares that are for free. Good illustration software that is free and very easy to use is a software called Sketchbook. Sketchbook Pro from Autodesk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's free. You can just download it. That's free. You can just download it.
It is free. You just download it.
Right. That's what we like. We like free.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, and that is the new Sketchbook version has a timeline, which means that you can actually do little animations and move stuff.
Okay, great. That's what we're after.
That's more for 2D stuff, like if you want to emulate pencil.
Right.
Now, if you really want to get into 3D, the digital world and things like the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Right, yeah.
There is a software called Blender 3D. And Blender is extremely, it can be complex, but it's extremely high tech.
Right.
For its price, which is $0.
Right, yeah.
And actually, there is a show on Netflix called Next Gen. It's an animated movie that was entirely built with Blender.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's encouraging.
Yeah, so entire studios use this free software for high production animation.
Yep, brilliant. There's a film competition on at the moment that they're doing for kids in lockdown, Misconception. So I wonder if some people will be keen to, throw in some animation. That might give me some extra points.
Correct, yeah. And the resources for how to use Blender are enormous. You go on YouTube and you search for Blender tutorial on YouTube. There will be thousands of them.
Okay.
I think there is a YouTube channel that I like. It's called Blender Guru.
Blender Guru. Okay.
On YouTube. He actually goes from the very beginning, very amateur to very complex.
Okay, wonderful.
And you can actually learn.
Yeah, I like that. It's this little limitless learning. It's not just this little block. You've got novice to experts.
Very gradual learning until you actually get the point where you can master the software.
Loving that, Fabiano. We've probably run out of time. I think it might be good to get you to maybe come back another time and actually show them some skills. Now that you've talked about the programs and stuff, they can go away and download and look and have a play with those. And maybe we'll bring you back and you can give them a little guided tour, a few tips and tricks.
Absolutely, that would be my pleasure.
Okay, brilliant. Anything else you wanted to add today, Fabiano?
Just don't give up and
persevere.
Keep doing. Persevere.
Okay, cool. Love you, brother. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Ka kite. I'm really pleased you visited. Kia ora koutou. See you soon.